Room doctor Ryan Ribiera is in Northern California.
We've made a lot of progress in our ability to treat the virus, but cases are rising, hospitalizations are rising, and now we are seeing deaths rising. So I fear we're coming into what could be the deadliest phase of the virus so far.
The White House task force saying those 65 and older should not enter any indoor public areas where people are not masked. President-elect Joe Biden says he's in support of a COVID relief bill that would cost just over $900 billion. The plan would establish $300 a week jobless benefits for those unemployed. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
The Central Coast stops here for the latest news. The information station, AM 1440 and FM 1063 KUHL.
7:31 on the way. We'll check more local news coming up, and a little bit later on, some more numbers on Wall Street for you. Thanks for joining us on AM 1440 and FM 1063. It's time to talk food with our favorite grocery gal, Amy Goldsmith. Amy's helped to launch and grow some of the most well-known brands that many of us eat or at least see on the grocery shelves. She's a food industry insider and lives her life as a food finder, looking for the best new products and trends. You can follow Amy and direct message her any questions through Instagram at The Grocery Gal and also at TikTok at Grocery Gal. This is going to be at TikTok at grocery.gal. So check it out there. First of all, Amy, welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Ben.
So I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
We did.
All
we
right.
did. I mean, kind of uneventful. It was fine.
All right. Same here. We had several callers with questions, so we actually have a post-Thanksgiving question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So how long can you, this is a good one here actually, how long can you keep turkey leftovers before you shouldn't eat them?
So once the leftovers are put away in the refrigerator, you really only have a few days to eat them before they become really a food safety risk. So if they're stored in a refrigerator, leftovers can stay for a good 3 to 4 days max. And if they're stored properly in the freezer, about 3 to 4 months. So it's been a week. So time to discard them. Let's move on.
Yep. So if you're listening to us here on Thursday now and you've still got turkey leftovers, probably shouldn't eat them at this point, right?
Dump them. You're done.
Got it. Another question about holiday food, and this was actually from me here, Amy. But what the heck is So what the heck is ambrosia? I know they're like an LA-based rock group, but no, we're talking the food here. So yeah.
Okay, so ambrosia is an American variety of fruit salad. Most ambrosia recipes contain like a canned or fresh pineapple, maybe canned mandarin oranges, slices, or fresh orange sections, miniature marshmallows, and coconut. Some people might include other fruits and nuts like maraschino cherries or bananas, strawberries, peeled grapes, and maybe pecans. And traditionally then, the ambrosia fruit is then mixed with, I call it something white, like a mayonnaise, a whipped cream, or Cool Whip. Some people use sour cream, cream cheese, yogurt, or cottage cheese. And it's the mixture of all these ingredients together that makes ambrosia. And then it's refrigerated for a few hours or overnight before being allowed to serve.
Okay, gotcha. Now, I've tasted it, I think, maybe once, but it has this really sweet taste to it. So I've got to ask you, do you like ambrosia, and is this something that you have at the holidays?
Funny, no, it's not something that we've had in our family. And I remember the first time I tried it, I was about 16 years old, and I had gone to a friend's later in the day on Thanksgiving after our Thanksgiving was over, and his family had it, and I tried it. And to be honest, it's not my thing. It's very pretty, and it's certainly festive. It's just not my thing. Do you like it?
Like I mentioned, I tried it once. It's not one of those go-to foods for me, but I don't know. I might give it another try, so we'll see what happens there. All right. So shifting gears, we had a caller asking about coffee. This is another good question here. So where is the coffee from that we buy in stores, and what is the top-selling coffee purchased in grocery stores?
Oh, okay. So for coffee that you purchase in grocery stores, the leading brand is Folgers. And it's like by a landslide.
Wow.
So Folgers is in your cup. So Folgers ground coffee has more than $1 billion with a B dollars in sales annually. And this is followed by Starbucks. That is about $500 million. And then Maxwell House. And then you have some private label brands. And then finally Dunkin' Donuts. So really Folgers actually has twice the sales in grocery than Starbucks. And by the way, this just shifted. I think we talked about this, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and it actually was Folgers, then Maxwell House, then Starbucks. Starbucks has passed Maxwell House.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and as for where the coffee is from, there really are countless countries that produce coffee. I mean, even our own Hawaii, produces it in state. But a majority of the coffee that we buy and drink in the U.S. comes from Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia, Indonesia, and Ethiopia. And for example, Starbucks sources its coffee from more than 30 countries. So if you're familiar with Starbucks blend, their house blend comes from Latin America, and their popular Pike Place roast comes from Colombia and Brazil. And after sourcing the beans, Starbucks roasts them in the U.S., and this is pretty common. So like much of Dunkin' Donuts coffee comes from Latin America, and these countries in Latin America include like Brazil and Colombia, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, and Peru. And again, once the beans for Dunkin' arrive in the U.S., they roast them at one of 7 U.S. facilities. And Folgers uses coffee beans that are also grown in Central America and the Caribbean, Asian, Africa, North America, Ethiopia, and Mexico. But then they bring them to the U.S. and roast them in Louisiana. So coffee is, really produced internationally.
Yeah, because usually I think of Colombia when I hear coffee, so that's pretty interesting. We are speaking to Grocery Gal Amy Goldsmith here on KUHL. And I guess maybe the other question is, why do they source from so many countries when it comes to coffee?
Great question. A few reasons. Geography actually greatly affects the taste of coffee beans. So, for example, Colombia coffee, like you just said, tends to be sweet and nutty, where coffee from Indonesia often tastes more earthy. And the second reason is supply chain. Droughts and, let's say, bug infestations are common and can easily decimate a harvest. So companies source from different countries to prevent a sudden drop in supply. And then also they want a more steady supply. Beans are ready for harvest at different times in different parts of the world. So if you're sourcing coffee from several different countries, companies will always have a ready supply of beans to buy.
Very interesting. I'm a coffee drinker. I think you're a tea person, though, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I made the switch.
All right. Yeah, so coffee can give you the jitters a little bit, and tea has more of a calming effect, I know. So switching gears again, Amy, maybe with the new year coming up, people want to make changes in their diet and nutrition. So we had a caller ask, what is your top health food of the week? What do you recommend that we eat more of? And I'm sure that potato chips is not on your list.
I wish. Trust me, I wish it was. So I'm not a registered dietitian, nutrition doctor, so please consult with your physician about any changes in your diet. Having said that, what I'm personally working on is eating more vegetables. So really trying to fill up on like broccoli and cauliflower, let's say first, and then adding protein and carbs. That's kind of what I'm working on. Also, trying to eat less sugar. And what else I'm really paying attention to is what I'm actually putting in my mouth. And many of you listeners can relate, especially if you're parents. When you have kids and they leave like 1 or 2 bites on their plate, you just end up finishing it for them instead of throwing it out. And I need to stop that because I don't even realize that I'm doing it. But those calories add up. Yeah. So, for example, this weekend, my kids had burgers and fries, and they left like 5 fries, right? So I didn't have a burger, and I didn't have fries, but I went to just grab the fries and eat them before throwing them out. And when I realized what I was doing, I was like, stop. I have to be more present when I'm putting in my mouth. That also means like when you're doing food prep and you slice a piece of cheese, one for them, well, I'll just taste it. I mean, those calories add up really fast. So I'm trying to be more present in what I'm putting in my mouth. But I'll make you all a deal. Let's all eat more broccoli over the next week. It has to be steamed, no oil, no butter. But let's try and eat broccoli raw or steamed, and let's work on that for the week.
All right. I've never had the problem with leaving 5 fries on my plate. Never happens. So more steamed broccoli it is, so we can check in maybe next week and see how we did. Also, any new products to try for us, Amy?
So, usually in a non-COVID year, I attend several trade shows that feature new products. And in the past, I've talked about them here. Well, obviously, there's no trade shows, so it's been a little harder for me to keep track. But one of the trade shows just sent me this, ginormous box of samples. So I've been going through them and reviewing them and actually posting the products and reviews on my Instagram at The Grocery Gal and my TikTok account, which is at grocery.gal. And, we're having a blast. People are engaged and commenting and learning about new products and asking questions. So if you're interested in learning about new fun products to try, or in some cases maybe not to try, follow me along on Instagram with Grocery Gal and TikTok at grocery.gal. and it's fun. We're having a good time. I get my kids involved, and you'll see some new fun things to try.
All right, I got to get some recommendations for you on the new stuff coming out there. Sounds good, though. All right, of course, you can follow Amy and direct message her any questions through Instagram at The Grocery Gal and TikTok at grocery.gal. Amy, we're going to wrap it up right there, but always some great information from you, and we'll do it again next time.
Thanks, and have a great week.
Good morning, 741. Don't forget birthdays and anniversary wishes if you've got them. 928-1440. We'll get those on right before 8 o'clock this morning. 928-1440 is my number.
This is Terry White, financial advisor with Wayfinder Wealth Management. Our firm serves individual investors with tailored strategies to address many financial needs. I am happy to announce our new convenient location at 1101 South Broadway in Santa Maria. Call us today for help with your financial strategy needs. Call 805-363-6716. Wayfinder Wealth Management, navigating